All right, we're in Newark right now. We'll be taking off from Newark, and this is a very a busy time. We will be flying to Atlanta on Alpaca Airways. Uh, Flight time for this flight fairly reasonable, about 647 nautical miles from there. So we'll say 2 hours. But let's go ahead and get ready. You see it's a busy airport, by the way. We got a little man there. Active runway should be 22 right. We'll double check that. There's four. There's 22 left. 22 right. Okay, so the answer to that is the active runway is not it's not correct. We're going to need to change that. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay, we're going to go in here to our flight plan before we go any further, and I'm going to change my flight plan to reflect the active runway. Here, active departure, flight number, our climb information, and departure runway is 04 and 04. Before I solidify that, let me double check that. Zero four left. What I've done is I went back and changed my active runways. First of all, our departure runway is going to be 04 left. And our arrival runway, which could be subject to be correct, my correction, but I made 26 right. Um, so we're going to see if that works for us. All right, we're at the start of our checklist. So right from the beginning checklist to prepare the cockpit, where battery guard dropped, IRS is to nav. Start the APU. And turn the APU bleed on. Anti-collision light is on and position light is steady. On our initial reference, we're going to take our GPS position and set our IRS position right here on position init. And we're going to load our flight plan. And load. Activate. And now we're going to go to fuel and weight balance, airside services. This is Zibo. Remember, anybody out there, if you're wondering, yes, Zibo 737-800. Load OFP. Activate. Got some big boys around us here. I notice that United's a big flight. What are you doing here? You look kind of big. Okay. After that's loaded, I'm now going up here to knowing the fuel's being loaded, but I'm going to start the APU. APU is now started. Left and right fuel pumps are active and hydraulic pumps are on. Window heat is on and yaw damper is on. Any battery guards are dropped. Smoking is set to on. Fasten seatbelts is on. Hey Brian, how are you doing? You ready to go to Atlanta?
Doing well, Steve. Ready for Atlanta. Just let me know when you want me to handle the comms.
Go ahead and get our IFR clearance, and you're in charge of all comms. Turn some lights
I'll
up
handle
here.
the comms and get our IFR clearance.
I'm gonna turn on the auto, the flight directors and auto throttle. I am setting QNH. Which is 30.24. You notice there's a lot of planes out here right now.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
Brian, it is okay to go ahead and get our pushback and start clearance.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
I'll handle the comms and get our IFR clearance.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Forward boarding door has been closed. Once again, we need all passengers to remain seated at this time. Please double check the security of your seatbelt. All electronic devices need to be turned off and put away at this time. This doesn't hit all segment of phone situation.
Right, we got 2.5 thousand reserves. Load. Bam. Then N1 limit, take off. Our center of gravity is 28.8. Our flaps.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Brian, did you get our pushback and start already, or are you getting it?
I'll get our pushback and start clearance now.
Flaps are 5 on this flight. Our wind is 143 at 7.
Airport ground, Alpaca Charlie Papa 902, requesting clearance for pushback and engine start.
Alpaca 902, pushback and engine start approved. Tail northwest.
And 150 is, what am I setting here?
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Brian, you never got our IFR clearance. Would you please get our IFR clearance?
I'll get our IFR clearance now.
FedEx 1402 Heavy, Newark Liberty International Airport ground. Taxi to FedEx 35 via Papa Alpha Alpha, cross runway 4 left at your discretion. Good day.
Is it just me?
Newark Liberty International Airport clearance, Alpaca Charlie Papa 902, requesting to pick up our IFR clearance.
1 second while I grab the paperwork. Alpaca 902, cleared to Atlanta. Radar vectors Atlanta, then is filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 32010 minutes after departure. Departure on 127.6 squawk 6277. Expect runway 4 left.
Newark Liberty International Airport clearance, Alpaca Charlie Papa 902, cleared to Atlanta. Radar vectors to Lana, then as filed. Climb to and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 320 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 127.6. Squawk 6277. Anticipate runway 4 left.
Alpaca 902, read back correct.
Brian, you did a good job on that. Are you going to be able to stay focused and with me on this flight? You seem a little distracted.
I am focused and ready for the flight, Steve.
That's what I like to hear. Thank you.
Operation complete.
You're welcome, Steve. Let's get ready for departure.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
United 1875, request driver clearance information.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Alright, probes on, packs to auto, isolation valve to auto, engine buses act on, APU off, and APU bleed off. Flight level is already set to 320, 32,000 for cabin pressure, and as it stands now, our altimeter is set, and we are ready to taxi. Alright, also, flaps are set to 5, RTO is active. Trim is set to 4.5, and we are ready to taxi. Brian, please get taxi clearance.
I'll get our taxi clearance.
Newark Liberty International Airport ground, Alpaca Charlie Papa 902, ready to taxi to runway 4 left. We have Quebec.
Alpaca Charlie Papa 902, Newark Liberty International Airport ground, taxi to runway 4 left via Romeo Delta Alpha November.
Runway 4 left via Romeo Delta Alpha November. Alpaca Charlie Papa 902.
We need to make some changes on our flight plan the minute we get in our holding short position. That has to do with the change in runways. One last thing, just to be sure. Right. Emergency brakes on. We got an incoming flight. It's cool. That is cool. On our departure, we're set for, 4 left. We're going to go out on the there we go, Devil departure, Devil 1. That's it. Okay. Okay, we're good. Millie, what is IA's -04? What does that mean?
IT0 refers to the initial state of the aircraft systems, particularly in terms of performance and configuration. It indicates that the aircraft is ready for takeoff with no significant issues. It's a good practice to review this before departure to ensure everything is functioning properly.
Doing ground, this is United 1960 Heavy. We're at gate C102. We're ready for pushback and engine start. Have information Mike.
United 1960 Heavy, Newark Liberty International Airport ground, pushback and engine start approved, tail southwest.
Pushback and engine start approved. Tell Southwest. United 1960 Heavy.
You understand what I was asking? There's a setting in my flight plan. It just threw me, and I asked my mentor that I won't say intentions. So we're going to line up on four left and get ready for departure. And we do have a vector where they should guide us or tell us that it's okay to hit Lana. Brian, it's okay to get our takeoff clearance. We're ready for departure. We're holding short at runway 4 left.
I'll get our takeoff clearance now.
Newark Liberty International Airport Tower, Alpaca Charlie Papa 902. Holding short of runway 4 left. We are ready for departure.
Alpaca Charlie Papa 902, Newark Liberty International Airport Tower, runway 4 left, winds 110 at 7 gusting 16. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 4 left, runway heading cleared for takeoff. Alpaca Charlie Papa 902.
Right, Toga. Center for me is like right above my master caution. A little more left rudder.
D1, rotate.
Rotating.
US 5130, contact departure.
Positive brake.
Gear up.
530, connect.
Alpaca 902, contact departure on 127.6.
Switching to departure on 127.6, Alpaca Charlie Papa 902.
Flaps retracted.
Newark departure, Alpaca Charlie Papa 902. Good afternoon. We're climbing past 1500.
Alpaca Charlie Papa 902, Newark departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 320, turn left, heading 235, vectors to Lana, then own navigation.
Climb and maintain flight level 320, left heading 235 for vectors to Lana, then own navigation. Alpaca Charlie Papa 902.
Alpaca 902, contact New York departure on 125.7.
Contacting New York departure on 125.7. Alpaca Charlie Papa 902.
I had to adjust. Hit the initial climb that they gave me was 5,000. They said.
New York departure Alpaca Charlie Papa 902. Good afternoon, maintaining 3500.
And so I had to adjust.
Alpaca Charlie Papa 902, New York departure. Good afternoon, altimeter 30.25.
Okay, we're gonna go Lana. Gonna change our altitude. I haven't been told to change altitude yet. I'm not messing with it. I'm in extremely busy airspace right now, so I presume I'm at 3,200 until I reach somewhere where it'll trigger for me to be able to climb. So I'm going to go ahead and set my climb a little bit higher. We're 3,200 right now. Okay, so maintaining 3500 case, but it told me left heading 235, then on navigation. Okay. And its initial to me was, look at this, clear to Atlanta, climb and maintain 5,000, and then they changed it on me. Okay. Some of these changes that I'm having to work through right now aren't my flight plan, but it's say intentions. Okay. And all the traffic that you're seeing out there in, okay, the question is traffic global worth it? I think it is. It's been amazing, to add some immersion and with the experience we're having here. It's really, I mean, it really does kind of add something extra. So I really do like it. Right, we're at 9,000. When we hit 10,000, we'll be turning off our landing lights. There goes Air Canada. Landing lights off. And engines to normal. Seatbelt light is staying on.
The seatbelt sign will be switched off shortly. However, for own safety, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt loosely fastened in case of any unexpected turbulence. We have an excellent team on board today, and we are all happy to offer you any assistance you may require throughout the flight. Our in-flight entertainment has begun.
We're 630 nautical miles from our destination, and we're currently heading to the waypoint Lana.
Departure, contact Newark approach on 127.6.
Switching to Newark approach on 127.6, Alpaca, Charlie, Papa 902. Newark departure, Alpaca, Charlie, Papa 902. Good afternoon. We're climbing past 13,000, heading to flight level 320.
Alpaca, Charlie, Papa 902, Newark departure. Good afternoon. Altimeter 30.20.
Right, our next event in our things to do, it will be the altimeter, switching it over to standard. And center tanks are empty. And let's go ahead and look at our flight plan. Our arrival info will be to arrive on runway 26 right on Aussie 1.
Alpaca, Charlie, Papa 902, Newark departure. Contact New York Center on 132.1.
Contact New York Center on 132.1, Alpaca, Charlie, Papa 902.
I have a flask
Center,
as
Alpaca,
my.
Charlie Papa 902 active,
There we go.
climbing past flight level 200, aiming for flight level 320.
11010. And our course for our flight directors is 275. Okay. Course directors are set. We're following our heading bug. Set heading bug there.
Dear guests, we have just climbed above the safe altitude. You may now use your electronic devices. Additionally, our onboard Wi-Fi service is available for your convenience. Thank you for your attention.
It's highly likely that when we get to our cruise altitude, we'll probably try to knock it up a couple of Mach points. Trying to think what we'll reset for. 0.78 Mach 0.78. Yeah, we're gonna knock it up to about 0.80. Won't hurt anything. It's not going to buy us an enormous amount of time, but it'll help a little bit. Racing. He's wonder if he's going our way. United flight. So once again, traffic global. I can't even begin to imagine all the planes. Let's pull up the radar for traffic global. Radar.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached cruising altitude. We will now begin our snack and drink service.
So that gives you an idea. That's busy.
Delightful options,
Really busy.
including our savory cheese rolls and refreshing beverages. After the service, we will also have articles from the airline shop available for purchase. Thank you for your attention.
All right. All right, we're at 320. We are going to turn the seatbelt sign off.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, we've leveled off now at our cruising altitude. We're going to go ahead and turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. I'd like to quickly ask if you are staying in your seats to keep those seatbelts comfortably fastened for your safety. Onboard computer showing an on-time arrival, no ATC delays either. We're going to stay quiet up here, have you enjoy the flight and the service. Once again, welcome aboard.
Okay, we're going to see if we can. Actually, I'm going to take us up to about 0.80, Mach 0.80. Not a big difference. That'll give us just a little bit of a boost. Brian, what's our cruise? What's our speed right now in miles per hour?
Cruising at 2,000 feet. Our speed is about 540 mph.
Okay. I'll take that. It's basically we're an hour or less from our final destination, although we're going to have some time descending. To factor that in, let's see. Descent waves. Okay, we've got our winds and our altimeter at our destination is currently about 30.12. 30.12. And winds won't be much of a factor on the way down. Looks good. Looks real good. So this is the part of the flight where I guess we keep doing checklist and chilling, make sure everything's set up for when we get to the end. How we got here, if you're just getting started with Xplane or Zibo, or the Zibos, like for commercial airliners. So we took off from Newark, KEWR, and upon our takeoff after hitting our V1 and then a rotate speed, we rotate, we climb. So we climb, and sometimes it's a step climb. In this case here, coming out of Newark, you're going to have to follow Newark ATC and center until you get out of their space. And so in this case here, they had us hanging out at 3,200 feet for a while, and I think that may be a Say Intentions thing. So Say Intentions is our ATC, so it left us at around 3200, but then it redirects us, it vectors us to our first waypoint, which is Lana, and tells us to resume on navigation, meaning we're going to follow our flight plan, and then we just follow the center's direction from that moment forward. It didn't take a terribly long period of time to climb to 320, which is 32,000 feet, and that's where we are currently. And we've only been in flight, like from the time we took off to the time we're here right now, only 510 miles.
Good afternoon, Captain.
For 25 minutes.
Anything to drink or a small snack? The cabin mood is quite pleasant, and the passengers are enjoying the snack service. Just a quick reminder, after the snack service, I'll be coming around with articles from the airline shop. Let me know what you prefer. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached cruising altitude. We will begin our snack and drink service shortly. Today, we have some delightful options, including our savory cheese rolls and a selection of refreshing beverages. After the service, we will also have articles from the airline shop available for purchase. Thank you for your attention. Understood, Captain. I'll continue monitoring the cabin and ensure everything runs smoothly.
Laura, I would like a cheese roll and a cup of coffee with cream only. Lots of half and half.
Understood, Captain Good. I will bring you a cheese roll and a cup of coffee with lots of half and half.
An observation I want to make. So I don't know if you picked up on this, but it's the subtle, very accurate depiction of the clouds. You notice how they look. In other words, they look so authentic. They don't even draw your attention. They're just there, and that's how it's supposed to be. You know. Look at that side nut. But over here, you see those? They're just subtle. It's the subtleties like that. Clouds look great, man. They look great. Good job, guys. That's an Xplane thing. That's I don't use Active Sky. I don't use any XP like map enhancements or anything. That's strictly this is out of the box in so many words. I've moved back to that, and I just use my traffic global with my Say Intentions primarily, and everything else is just straight out of the box, except for some of my planes, of course. Wow, it looks good. I mean, anyone's welcome to disagree with me and say they don't like it, but I think they look pretty good. All right, so what we'll double check on now. So here's our descent forecast. We've already put in our QNH. Our descent winds are already in here, and we are 385 nautical miles from the top of descent. Top of descent. Okay, back to earlier when I mentioned climb. So once you start climbing, you eventually reach what we call the top of climb. Once you're at top of climb, the TC, you go into what we call cruise mode, and you're cruising on a Sunday afternoon. No, you're just cruising, and that space we're at right now is the cruise altitude. We'll be here for, according to I guess the latest 381 nautical miles. We'll be at cruise altitude. As soon as we hit the top of descent, we begin to descend, and we'll go into descent mode. After descent, we'll then do our transitions and go into approach mode, and then we'll get ready for our landing. So those are the kind of the stages that you have to go through as you're monitoring everything else. It is amazing to have a pilot monitoring, and I don't think a real commercial airliner can survive without a pilot monitoring. So you know exactly what's going on, and pilot can focus on flying the plane, while pilot monitoring focuses on these aspects here that are so important. Preparing for descent, making sure the descent winds are in, monitoring the flight plan. So pilot can just focus on making sure the plane is staying at the right altitude, at the right on autopilot, and the less you have to touch your yoke, the better. You know. And I say all this in the context of this Zibo model, which I love. And I fly the Zibo model a lot. The tallest A321 Neo is amazing. I have the flight factors A320. Not thrilled with it all the time, but it's a decent aircraft. It really, I don't know. It's just not. Once you've flown the 321 Neo and the other models, something's just different. But it flies fine. I'm saying it's a good flight factor, and the flagship of all of these so far has been the 777, made by Flight Factor. It's my flagship one, but I like the A350, but I've had it bug out a time or two while I was setting up a flight. I've had it actually kick out, like crash. So I'm still working to see what I'm doing wrong. If there's something I'm not setting up correctly. and I'm really still just getting familiar with it, so I really can't make a qualified statement about the A350 other than it looks nice. It looks really good. We'll also do a flight with the A330, which is just the stock plane in Xplane, because I still think it's an excellent plane. It's an excellent made plane. They did a good job on that. It factors in quality, what works well with everything. So that seems awfully close. So that Delta Airlines flight says it's only 9 miles from us. That's awfully close. 7 miles. Yeah, it's awfully close. Brian, what's our speed in miles per hour?
We're cruising at about 620 mph.
Wow. 620 miles per hour. Brian, what's our speed in knots?
Our speed is about 470 knots.
Wow. Okay. We're not going to be there. We're going to be there in short order. 620 miles per hour. Not a lot of resistance there. Heading, Buck. Hey Cooper, what are you doing? Cooper's my other co-pilot. Alright, to run through everything and how it's set up for approach, we have set our, on the Zibo, or on the 737-800, you have 2 course directors, one for the captain, one for the pilot monitoring or co-pilot, and they are both set to 275. We're about to approach a dual channel ILS, so both of them need to be set to the course director, the course heading, and the symptom that that will happen if you don't have those set up correctly is you'll be perfectly lined up heading to the airport, to the runway that you're approaching. You could be however 20 miles out, whatever, and you go and hit approach. If those course directors are set to the wrong setting, like right now 275, if I had them set to like 180, then the course directors that when you hit approach, your airplane is going to turn in some funky way away from your approach, and it's aggravating when you don't know what it's doing or the reasons why. And it took me a little bit of time to figure that out, listening and watching the right videos. And I'm saying that's all you have to do. Just make sure the course directors, first of all, are set correctly. Next of all, I've already set my frequencies for our approach runway 226 right, which are 110.10. So 110.10, they're already set. And I'm going to go ahead and do this now just because I can, but I'm going to set our anti-skid brakes to a setting of 2. I never put it past any further than 2. I could actually use 1 on the Atlanta on the runway coming in, especially 26 right. It's super long, and so the distance isn't a problem at all. It's plenty of room to stop, but we're going to use 2. 2's fine. It's kind of a good middle ground. Like I said, I could use 1, but I'm not. So that's set, and then we're just going. We're set. Everything's set for now, just for being up here at cruise altitude, but we have just those things already set for approach. So we're good. Let's see what runway we're at. I hit shift 3 to go to be at whatever airport under us that there is. So where are we? By the way, there's us. There we are. Well, let's see what airport this is. It's a grass airport. It's grass. That's it. It's grass. Okay. All right. So it's really nothing. Very well. Okay. Nothing. That looks really good though. This is once again, I am not using any additional enhancements. This is out of the box Xplane, and that looks really good, doesn't it? Look at that. I've got the settings all throttled up, so all my settings are maxed out, and but it looks good. Look over there. There's some hot air balloons. Okay, let's go back. It's a Delta flight. Alright, let's go to our radar for traffic global and just pick a plane and we'll see. Let's go. Here's a Delta flight. And you can move around. I think you can manipulate. You have to use the keys on the keyboard for this one. I thought that it's just it's amazing the number of planes. I don't know how many there are out there, but I'm also real pleased with how little it hurts me or like hits my resources at all. I mean, I don't know what it does. It may not even. I don't know. I don't know exactly how many, but I notice I'm not taking a hit at all on delay, drop frames, anything. It just works. So I've been real pleased with that. Okay. Go get your cup of coffee and come back.
Visibility 5. Sky conditions. Broken at 2800 feet. Broken at 3500 feet. Solid overcast at 5000 feet. Temperature 26. Dew point 19er. Altimeter 3017. Density altitude 1900 feet. Arriving runways 36 left, 36 right. Departing runways 36 center, 36 left. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read vet hall runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray. Charlotte Douglas International Airport. Information X-ray. 19520. Wind 060 at 5. Visibility 5. Sky conditions. Broken at 2800 feet. Broken at 3500 feet. Solid overcast at 5000 feet. Temperature 26. Dew point 19er. Altimeter 3017. Density altitude 1900 feet. Arriving runways 36 left, 36 right. Departing runways 36 center, 36 left. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read vet hall runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray. Charlotte Douglas International Airport. Information X-ray. 19520. Wind 060 at 5. Visibility 5. Sky conditions. Broken at 2800 feet. Broken at 3500 feet. Solid overcast at 5000 feet. Temperature 26. Dew point 19er. Altimeter 3017.
Brian, what frequency are we supposed to be monitoring for center?
36 left, 36 right. Departing runways 36 center, 36 left.
We're on 132.1 for New York Center.
Altitude, and if flight following is requested.
Something's wrong with that frequency because that's ATIS.
Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray.
I'll confirm the frequency with
Charlotte
ATC.
Douglas International Airport. Information X-ray. 19520 Zulu. Wind 060 at 5.
New York Center, Alpaca, Charlie Papa 902. Please confirm the frequency for New York Center.
Broken at 2800 feet.
Alpaca, Charlie Papa 902, New York Center. Good afternoon.
Solid overcast at 5000 feet. Temperature 26. Dew point 19er. Altimeter 3017. Density altitude 1900 feet. Arriving runways 36 left, 36 right. Departing runways 36 center, 36 left. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read vet hall runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray. Charlotte Douglas International Airport. Information X-ray. 19520 Zulu.
Brian, see why we're listening to Charlotte Douglas International Airport ATIS right now, because it won't stop playing.
Broken at 3500 feet. Solid overcast at 5000 feet.
We're currently on the wrong frequency. Let me switch us back to New York Center on 132.1.
Density altitude 1900 feet. Arriving runways 36 left, 36 right. Departing runways 36 center, 36 left. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read vet hall runway and
I think I got that fixed. You see right there, I've got now, the minute I changed the frequency off of that, it went to 126.575. I think that should be right. Alpaca 02 Charlie, request radio check.
Alpaca, Charlie Papa 902, Indianapolis
departure. Reading you loud and clear.
Roger, thank you. We're only 265 nautical miles from our airport, and 177 nautical miles from top of descent. So, monitoring that now. We are. I'm going to go ahead and set our altitude down.
Alpaca 902, contact Atlanta Center on 127.85.
To 3,000. Now you may ask, why did I put it on 3,000?
Alpaca Charlie Papa 902 afternoon, maintaining flight level 320.
Anyway, it's because VNAV's going to take me down and it's going to follow the restrictions, so I don't have to worry about too soon, too quick, and I just monitor that and manage that descent by watching the waypoints. It looks like we're not going to start that descent until we get to Taj, and we'll start preparing for descent. So we're good. So I love flying the Alpaca, like the airline. And this, you have to have a certain rating to be able to fly for them, and I think that's neat. They've got those standards, and it's the Flying Scotsman, and I love flight to deck or his YouTube page. But he was flying into a location last night and got some points deducted, and that just like when the guy that I really had to look up to him, and he's amazing at he's an actual pilot. But when I got a score higher than his, I did get a little proud. Okay, just for that split second, because it'll be the only time in history. But I got a higher score than the Flying Scotsman. I'm just like, woo, So everybody lived either way. You know what? Just had some fun with it. Yeah, Flying Scotsman, he's awesome. You need to check out his page. That's Flight to Deck Sims. Let me see. I'm having a brain for it. I'll fix that. Well, YouTube Flying Scotsman, you'll find it too. And between him and his airline and his actually page where you can create your own airline, it's really neat. So, check out New Sky and New Ski and New Sky. The other one I follow is the Q8 Pilot. Q like Queen, 8 like the number Pilot, and that's like a little short abbreviation for Kuwait, the actual country of Kuwait, because he's from Kuwait. Another good one there. Nice livery, by the way. Alpaca, yeah, it really looks good. I have the livery for Alpaca for this and the A321 Neo. They all look great. They look exceptional. Good job. My other friend that does amazing liveries, who actually made the one for my Preacher Pilot, did a spectacular job on that one though. You'll find his information in the message section here. Another one did an outstanding job on my livery. We still have a little bit of distance left, but it will cover this space in no time. But our altitude is set to 3,000 in direction to follow VNAV from the flight plan. So all that's set. I am going to go ahead and turn the seatbelt light on. Seatbelt sign is on, will be for the duration of the flight.
Understood, Captain Good. I will ensure that the passengers are informed to remain seated with their seatbelts fastened for the duration of the flight.
Right, I'm taking the speed intervention off from earlier, so VNav is actually controlling our plane's speed. Won't be a big change, but you'll see the it going down to about 0.79, 0.795. Yeah.
Delta 737, Atlanta Center. Good afternoon.
If you notice, I set my Zibo up with no. I can put the yoke back if I want it, but typically I leave it off so I can see both screens, and I leave the seat out, so that's why there's no seat here. And the cold coffee, I'm sorry, it's not mine. I don't drink that kind of coffee. Pretty color. Okay. Altimeter is 30.10 currently. Really neat shot there.
Atlanta Center on 134.8, Snyder 2236. Atlanta Center, Snyder 2236, descending, flight level 180.
2236, descend and maintain flight level 180. 2236, contact Atlanta Center on 134.8.
Right. Let's do one more review of checklist for descent. Landing altitude is set. Approach ref page, VREF. I have not set VREF yet. Good job. Radio baro, navigation radio, and auto brake as needed all are set. What it's talking about here is my VREF's not set yet, so I need to set VREF will be at 40 flaps and 141. It is now set, and VREF shows up right here, so we're good there. Checklist complete for descent. There we go. We're 60 miles from top of descent. 146 miles from the airport. One thing I don't think the Zibo, Zibo could have this, I don't know. They don't pop out. They do not pop out. I wish they did, because that's one thing I would love to be able to pop this out and have it so I can see it easier. I can live without it. I'm good. Hour and 12 minutes in right now from the time we took off from New York, New Jersey at an hour and 12 minutes ago.
Delta 737, contact Atlanta approach on 124.6. Atlanta Center, Kentucky 36270, type Cessna Skyfall. IFR to Mount Sterling. I'll grab that clear. Give me just a minute.
Brian, please request clearance to descend on the Aussie 1 arrival.
I'll request clearance to descend on the Aussie 1 arrival.
Atlanta Center, Alpaca Charlie Papa 902, requesting permission to descend via the Aussie 1 arrival.
Alpaca 902, descend via the Aussie 1 arrival approved.
We have begun our descent.
Alpaca 902, expect the Aussie 1 arrival. I'll have you descending in just a minute.
Understood, Captain Good. I will inform the passengers shortly.
Expecting the Aussie 1 arrival, Alpaca Charlie Papa 902.
We actually will not be at top of descent for about another 30 nautical miles, but I don't mind having like just a hair of padding in that. So we're pretty much a straight shot, straight down this Aussie arrival to we get to Kala, which that waypoint will make a slight 45-degree turn to the 180 and continue. That's the base leg of our final. It can be deceptive, this part. So like right now, that's our descent. And if you look at the bottom number, you see it continuing to grow. It says vertical deviation, and it says that we're almost a mile too low. And it looks like, wow, you're messing up. You're a mile too low. But actually, there are a lot of restrictions along the way on the flight path. And because of that, that never really will happen. So you see here, you do see some, you see where just the next flight level shows, but then when we get here around Kala and Posey and Zilo, do you see these at or aboves? It's that all that getting ahead stops, and we end up staying at the same altitude until we hit the next level. No. So anyway, that's how that works. Pocket there. You see already right here where we're back almost even. Like, the deviation's gone, everything's gone. Oh, now we're high. Okay. I'm gonna bring in some flap. It's amazing how that little bit of flap helps so much. It puts some drag on us. We don't need much. I just don't want to go much faster. We're on a pretty steep descent. I notice, okay, that drag's helping there.
What are you doing?
Alpaca 902, contact Atlanta. Approach on 124.6.
Switching to Atlanta, approach on 124.6. Alpaca Charlie Papa 902. Atlanta approach, Alpaca Charlie Papa 902, afternoon descending past 15,000.
Alpaca Charlie Papa 902, Atlanta approach. Good afternoon. Atlanta altimeter 30.11. Expect the runway 26 right approach into Atlanta via Hines.
Expect runway 26 right approach via Hines. Altimeter 3011. Alpaca Charlie Papa 902.
Alright, we're getting close there, so I'm going to start my landing lights in just a moment here. We had a hard stop at 9,000 coming up here. That's where we'll begin to roll back our speed. So now the ground spoiler is armed. Got some turns coming up here. Right, we're going below the 10,000 mark.
Captain, cabin is ready.
We'll level out at 9,000.
We are now on our final approach into Atlanta.
Not for
Please turn
long
off
though,
all
it looks
electronic
like.
devices and
No,
store them
not for
until
long.
we arrive at the gate. Ensure your tray tables are stowed, your seats are in their full upright position, and your seat belts are fastened. We will be arriving at gate A6. Thank you for your cooperation.
And flaps are going to 5. Actually 1, initially 1. And now flaps are going to go to 5.
Alpaca 902, descend and maintain 5,000.
Descend and maintain 5,000. Alpaca Charlie Papa 902.
Hey. 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 What? Yes. Go. Go. All right. Oh, love you. Bye. All right. Okay, we're full flaps. We're VREF of 141 plus 5. We're at 146 knots. And we're 12 nautical miles outside of runway 26 right.
Climb and maintain flight level 170, 17,000. Endeavor 4993.
Endeavor 4993, negative. Climb and maintain 17,000.
Climb and maintain 17,000. Endeavor 4993.
Right, we're lit up like a Christmas tree right now.
Alpaca 902, contact Atlanta Tower on 119.1.
Switching to Atlanta Tower on 119.1. Alpaca Charlie Papa 902. Atlanta Tower, Alpaca Charlie Papa 902. Afternoon, we're established on the visual approach for runway 26 right.
Alpaca Charlie Papa 902 Atlanta Tower, 109011, runway 26 right, clear to land.
Runway 26 right, Alpaca Charlie Papa 902.
I can barely see the runways, but they're there, right here.
Contact departure.
Contact departing destination ready.
79, contact departure.
I was off on the elevation. By the way, that's the one thing on my checklist. I had not changed. The elevation's 1,026 on Atlanta at Atlanta's Hartsfield, and I had it set for 600. That could mean the difference between a smack on the runway and a soft landing. So. I had my throttle.
1,000 feet, stabilize, Mr. Bridge, altitude set.
Alpaca 902, welcome to Atlanta. Contact ground on 121.65.
Switching to ground on 121.65. Alpaca Charlie Papa 90. Atlanta ground, Alpaca Charlie Papa 902 afternoon. We are clear of runway 26 right and ready to taxi to the gate.
Alpaca Charlie Papa 902. Atlanta ground, taxi to gate A6 via Bravo 1, Bravo Victor, Foxtrot 1, 1 northeast, 1 southeast. Have a good day.
We appreciate you flying
Gate
with us
A6
today.
via Bravo 1, Bravo Victor, Foxtrot 1, 1 northeast, 1 southeast. Alpaca Charlie Papa 902.
It is the birthplace of Martin Luther King Jr. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of Captain Steve Good, First Officer Brian Song, and the entire crew, thank you for choosing to fly with us. The local time here is 4:33 p.m. Unfortunately, there are no upcoming connections for our airline from Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Thank you and have a great day.
All right, brakes. It's a retro Delta airline. That's really cool. No, really, that is. That's really cool. Okay. All right. Steps once you get in the gate. GPU and chocks. We're going to go ahead and lay the chocks down. And we're going to drop our power. Right. Next, seat belt lights I'm going to bring off. I'm going to turn the wheel well light off, wing, anti-collision, and I got the indicator that I can end my flight also, so do that. And a good flight. By the way, here it gave me a really good score on this in the Alpaca flight from Newark to Atlanta, and let's see what we got here. A great touchdown, 1.18, 231 feet per minute normal, and we were in normal conditions landing, and it really was. It was really uneventful. Not a whole lot going on. Okay. flight's ended, so that means we can go ahead and see the replay. So I'm going to turn the lights back on. The reason I turn the lights back on, you may wonder, why do you do that? Well, because the replay takes the plane just like it is. Like right now, however my lights are, I noticed it doesn't. However they're set is how it runs. So
Have a good flight.
I'm going to turn those off. Right, let's go watch our landing. Okay. Nice scenery under me. Check it out. Alright, I'm running out of angles. Sure there's more I could do. There's a real one coming in. By the way, you notice now all of a sudden you see the World Traffic Global. So when you're doing the replay, I don't know, they're not in sync. Traffic Global, I don't think understands replays. So sometimes you may see some of their planes out of place and some not. So alright, so the only one way to end this flight is to kill the power. Okay. And this is from Atlanta, I guess. This is a Nimbus airport, in case you're wondering. Nimbus, customized airport scenery.